Hello everybody, this is, Mario Sonic Gamer, and, ISSY, if you know ISSY 4, they have issued a challenge. The, TZP challenge, or the, friggin', what's it called, Tengu Zero Punctuation Challenge. Alright, if you don't know what that is, that's like finding a fanfiction or a story, and then, reading it with certain rules applied. Now, I'll explain these rules in a minute. Just before I say, I've decided screw it, and I'm gonna go with the Lord Tema rank. Now, rules here are that for the Lord Tema rank is that you must read the story as fast as possible. Once you're done, you must recite the events of the story in under 30 seconds. And you must read the whole story without fumbling, stuttering, pausing, or messing up in any way. Please note, breathing does not count as pausing. Alright, so yeah, wish me luck here. And, I'm going to be reading, Rosalina's Goodbye by Lumadome. This story is 915 words long, so... Alright, give me a moment here. Thank you, I'll watch over you from the Young Stars. Mother of the Stars started for a while... Thank you, I'll watch over you from the Young Stars. Mother of the Stars scared for a while with the new creation when it in her home. Mario, a special one, and this can't do it. Thank you, I'll watch over you from the Young Stars. Mother of the Stars for a while... Oh my gosh. Why am I doing this? Thank you, I'll watch over you from the On the Stars. Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one had made it back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing more since the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in much of the delicate blue planet... Come on! I was on a roll there. Alright. Thank you, I'll watch over you from the On the Stars. Mother of the Stars stared for a while... Thank you, watch over me on the stars. Mother Star stared a while with the new grip. Thank you for a while, watch over me on the stars. Mother Star stared with the new game on a new creation and once been her home. Mario special, but I can't do it. Thank you, watch over you from the on the stars. Mother Stars stared for a while, the new creation and once been her home. Mario special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She couldn't ask for nothing more than time she was sent to the red presumed. Thank you, watch over you from the On the Stars. The Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing more than the time she was... Thank you. Already! Thank you, watch over you from the On the Stars. Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation and then once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could have asked for nothing more than the time she was able to spend with the rest of the men. She could as much as the delicate blue hands returning gracefully from it. Oh my gosh. What am I doing with my life right now? Why did I choose to do Lord Tema rank? Thank you, I'll show you from the on the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared a while new creation that once been her home. Mario and a special went back safely to the kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for anything more than time she able to spend the rest of the men. She didn't as much as the delicate blue tan... Dan it. The blue Dan it. Dan it. Not planet. Dan it. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one had made it back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing more better than the... Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for anything more than the... Come on. What am I doing in my life here? Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to her kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the rest of the end. She could as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on in her own life and the cosmos. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the rest of the end. She could Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The Loomis followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. The shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observant. Come on! Oh, come on! All over again! I hate my life right now. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared... Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared a while at the new creation... Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The Mother of the Stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their king. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning graceful from... Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. My own special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could have asked for nothing better than this time she was able to stand blah, 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 blah. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. My own special one and made it back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could have asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to her kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. She could as much as a delicate blue can. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new create. My mind is just dead right now. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in his Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to her kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the right-suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her hand upwardly. The shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor with obvious force. The observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the room see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtains shut and sat down on her bed. So once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Her hot tears... Why? ISSY, why? Technically, it's my own fault for choosing Tema rank, but just shut up. Why? Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario, a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos fought behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her hand upwardly. Hand, wand, dang it. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one had made it back safely to her kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. None of it. Come on, man. Come on. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario and a special one back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her hand... Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with a red-suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering force and blue are two completely different worlds. Now I'm stumbling on words in life! Come on! Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided freely in her path, feeling just as empty and distant and... Alright, no. I screwed up some time back. Thank you, I'll watch over you from Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared at the wild the new create. Thank you, I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother Why did I decide to do this? Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special woman back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the right suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The woman followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand effortlessly. The shimmering blue light cut from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drove back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory blurst! Come on! Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared down. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared at a while at the new creation that once been her home. Marina special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. She took as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The woman smiled behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand effortlessly. The shimmering blue light gushed from the force and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drove back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory burst into brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey is over. Rosalina thought, it's done. It's time to move on. She slowed her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered it in her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the woman see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel the door. I'm not even halfway done yet! How long is this so far? It's been over 10 minutes. Are you serious? It's been over 10 freaking minutes. Oh, jeez. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the on the stars. Well, the stars stared at what? Thank you. I'll watch over you from the on the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Roy on the special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. She took in as much of the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The woman followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand effortlessly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey is over. Rosalina thought, it's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did that have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. Outside the doorway, she felt a sword closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the certain curtains. I'm certain that these curtains will be the end of me. I'm certain these freaking curtains can die. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the on the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario and his special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. She took as much of the delicate blue planet. I ran it, man. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the on the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. I'm doing this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I better get some frigging appreciation for this, or some sort of recognition, even if it's just me being known as the guy who got freaking ticked off because he had to read a story, like, as fast as he could. Even if it's just that, needs to be some form of recognition for this. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the on the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation, then what is... Thank you. I'll watch over for you from the on it. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the roots. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Mario and a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. She took as much of the delicate blue planet before returning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Luma fell behind her mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand effortlessly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped this observatory. Alright, it's clear I can't read it quite this fast. So, I'll try and read it a little bit slower. I'm just gonna do it, like, it's not gonna be too much slower. It's not gonna be like reading it like thank you, like standardly. No, it's just gonna be a tiny bit slower so that I can actually get through this. Thank you. I watch a review from Beyond the Stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Why a special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in as much as the delicate blue hand before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked, they glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor, with obvious force. The observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey is over. Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling and letting the tears fall down her face. The crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore, or remember why she was so upset. A great load felt like it had been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up, went to the master bath, and turned the faucet on warm. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. The deep contentment spread through her body. Later that evening, the Loomis gathered around the bedtime story in the library. Gathered around the bedtime story. To start over. Actually made it halfway that time, so. Why is he? Why is he? Answer me, is he? Why have you done this? I'm like Ganon from the Zelda TV series. I must get the Triforce and okay, back at the matter at hand. Thank you, I'll watch over you from Thank you, I'll watch over you from the Thank you, I'll watch over you from the Thank you, I'll watch over you from the other stars. One of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to the king. Thank you, I'll watch over you from the other stars. One of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time to be able to spend the red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the on stars. One of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Loomis followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked, they glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory burst out into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? Burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Loomis see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She did Why am I doing this? It's been over 15 minutes now. If I get in trouble with the YouTube if YouTube wants to arrest me for having a frigging hour-long video that's all just a single reading of like a single chapter story, then I'm leading them right to you, ISSY. I don't know why YouTube would want to arrest me, but shut up, I don't know. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time to be able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much as a delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Loomis followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upward. Why me? Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time to be able to spend the red-suited man. She took as much as Doug Boba and for gracefully to turn it. I need a burp. Ugh. Excuse me. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend the red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet. Alright. Hold on a second here. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. One of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. My own special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time to be able to spend the red-suited man. During the delicate blue planet. Thank you. I'll watch a review from me on the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation and once been her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for anything better than the time she's able to spend with the red-suited man. Took as much as Thank you. I'll watch a review from me on the stars. One of the stars stared for a while at the new creation and once been her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for anything better than the time she's able to spend with a red-suited man. Took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Work was done. It was time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The woman followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. A shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor with obvious force. The observatory burst into a brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards the bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. Breathing? Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bread. Bread? Bread? Sit down on your bread, kids! Cause this is gonna take a while! Thank you. I'll show you from me on the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation and once her home. Mario's special one and made it back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took in as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. The woman followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They covered in... How did I get glided mixed up with covered? Oh gosh. Thank you. I'll watch a review from me on the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new Christian and once spent her home. Mario's special one to be back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with a red-suited man. She took as much as the blue... Thank you. I'll watch a review from me on the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation and once spent her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with a red-suited man. She took as much as the blue... Okay, we're back! Thank you. I'll watch over you from me on the stars. Another star stared for a while at the new creation and once spent her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much as the blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work is done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Who was followed behind their mama? They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in path and just empty and distant as the mama. It was almost as if nothing... Alright, I'm getting zoomed in on it, apparently. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help me not be so stupid at this. Thank you. I'll watch a review from the on the stars. Both stars stared for a while at the new creation and once spent her home. Mario and his special... Thank you. I'll watch a review from the on the stars. Both stars stared for a while at the new creation and once spent her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their king. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. Took in as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Break was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Women followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in their path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. Thank you. I'll watch a review of me on the stars. And the stars stared for a while at the new creation and then once spent her home. Mario's special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Breathing. Women followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. The gliding in her path feeling just empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory burst into the reeling cosmos. Hey, everybody! It's time for me to die! This is going to kill me, I know it! Thank you. I'll watch a review for me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while at the new creation and once spent her home. Mario's special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with a red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before planet! I keep saying planet! Thank you. I'll watch a review for me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while at the new creation and once spent her home. Mario's special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the Thank you. I'll watch a review for me on the stars. Mother's a star. Thank you. I'll watch a review from me on the stars. Let the stars stare for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red-suited man. Choking as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in their path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. The shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drove back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory burst out into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Williams thought. It's done. It's time to move on. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. This is going to take the entirety of my day. And I'm going to cry. Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation of the... Thank you. I'll watch over you from beyond the stars. The mother of the stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. On a special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with a red-suited man. Took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drove back to the observatory floor. With obvious force, the observatory burst out into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. To move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Loomis see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing nowhere to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her hands in her face. Thank you. I'll attribute me on the stars. Mother stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with a red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind her mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand. It's been a half an hour. Hope you guys are enjoying my pain. My half-hour-long pain. Shoot. Thank you. I'll review me on the stars. Let the stars stare for all at the new creation that once been her home. Already a special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could have asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Thank you. I'll review me on the stars. Let the stars stare for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario special one made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red-suited man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. I need a break, but I can't. I need a break, but I can't take one. Screw everything right now. This is so stupid. Why I choose to do the Lord Tamarank? Why I choose to do the freaking... Thank you. I'll review for me on the stars. Let the stars stare for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Mario special one and made back safely to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could have asked for nothing better than the Thank you. I'll cover you from the stars. Another star stare for a while at the new creation that had once been her home. Martin special wanted made back save the other kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend in the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work is done. It's time to move on to her own length and cosmos. Almost fall behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided her past, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama, as if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand overly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor. The obvious force, the observatory burst into the boiling cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. So move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why'd I have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's... I paused. I paused. I freaking 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 paused. It's been a gosh dang half an hour, maybe even more. Thank you. I'll review me on the stars. Most stars stare for all at the new creation that once been her home. Marina special one made back save of her kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Work is done. So move on to her own life in the cosmos. Almost fall behind her mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked, they glided her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand. Thank you. I'll review me on the stars. Most stars stare for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Marina special one made back save the other kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend the red suit man. She took as much as the blue planet. Blue planet! Thank you. I will watch over it. Okay, no. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the stars. Most stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Marina special one made back save the other kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. She took as much as the blue. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the stars. Most stars stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Marina special one made back save the other kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. She took as much as the Thank you. I'll watch over you from the stars. Mother stars stare for. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the stars. Mother stars stare for. Thank you. I'll watch over you from the stars. Mother stars stare for all the new creation. There was. Thank you. I'll watch over the stars. Thank you. I'll watch over me on stars. Mother stars stare for all the new creation. That was my home. Why special way makes another game? Well, that's my jelly. She got nothing better than the she is my jelly. Earth done. Someone her all in the cosmos. Who's all behind their mama? They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it happened. Was thinking like freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand, enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drift back to the observatory floor. The obvious force the observatory burst into the behind cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why on that? Burning filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off to the bedroom. She couldn't let the lumens see her cry. Aside her way, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in safety in her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why not then? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling, knowing the tears fall down her face. The crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore, or remember why she was so upset. The great load felt like it had been taken off her shoulders. Shoulders? No, I'm literally lying my head down on my keyboard right now. Not my keyboard, my laptop. If I was on my keyboard, it sounded like this everywhere. But that stopped the recording. Okay, no good. I hurt my throat, but it helped. So let's try and do it that way again. After I burp. I have to burp so much today, apparently. Hold on. I'm wasting your guys' time. I'm sorry. Alright. Thank you! Watch over you from me on the stars. The mother of the stars stared for all the new creation that had once been her home. Martin special one made back save of their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend in the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet. Thank you! I'll watch over you from me on the stars. The mother of the stars stared for all the new creation that once been her home. Martin special one made save. Thank you. I'll drive you me on the stars. Most stars stare for all the new creatures that once been her home. Martin special one back side of their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than time she's able to spend in red suit man. She took as much as the delicate before and for returning gracefully from it. Work is done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Almost all the eyes of They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor. The obvious force the observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over. Thank you. I'll review me on the stars. Most stars care for a while at the new creation that must have been her home. Martin special one made back save of the Derby Kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than My brain shut down there. It wasn't that I made a mistake, it was that my brain shut down. For no reason at all. Thank you. I'll turn you from me on the stars. Mother Star stared for all the new creation almost been her home. Honor special woman next to their kingdom. Mother just not gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. Oh, come on. Why am I burping so much today? This is not helping me. It's also not helping you guys, because it's frigging disgusting. Thank you. I'll cover you from me on the stars. The mother of the stars stared for all the new creation than what's been her home. Marna special wine made back to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red suit man. Showing as much as that before hand for turning gray. Thank you! Watch over you for me on the stars! Mother Star stared for all the new creation than what's been her home. Marna special wine made back to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend with the red suit man. She took it as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumas followed behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in their path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina jumped back to the observatory floor. The obvious force, the observatory burst down to the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey is over, Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the woman see her cry. Outside her doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. He pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her hands in her face. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. I screwed up a long time back. I have to cough so frigging bad. Izzy, I enjoy you simultaneously. I enjoy you and hate you simultaneously, Izzy. This is, Thank you! I'll over you from the on the stars. The mother of the stars stared full out the new creation that once been her home. Marna's special wanted made back to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time to be able to spend the red suit man. Showing as much as the delicate blue floor planet before turning. Mother of the stars stared full out the new creation that once been her home. I started too late! Thank you. I'll over you beyond the stars. Mother of the stars stared full out the new creation that once been her home. Marna's special wanted made back to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suited man. Showing as much as the delicate blue floor planet before. You know what? Let me check something real quick. Let me go check something. I screwed up there. Let me check something here. Raid call. Physics online. I'm gonna... This is live. I don't give a crap. This is live. This is what I'm doing right now. Going on raid call. Seeing if Izzy is online. Is Izzy even in my contacts? Izzy is in my contacts, but not online. So, never mind then. That was live. That was me raging. The end. Alright. Thank you! Watch over you from me on the stars. Mother stars stared for all the new creation that once been her home. Marna's special one made back to the kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend the red suit man. Showing as much as the delicate blue fan before turning gracefully from it. Work was done. It's time to move on to her own life to cosmos. Almost fall behind her mama. Then smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the blue observatory in blue light. Rosalina turned back to the observatory floor. The obvious force, the observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos. The mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. Journey's over. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why'd it have to end? Burning exploded Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, can't be over. She finally took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why'd it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling and letting all the tears fall down her face. The crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore. Remember why she was so upset. A great load felt like it meant taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up, went to the master bath, and turned the faucet on warm. She smiled at the reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. Breathing. Later that evening, the Loomis gathered around for her bedtime story in the library. Several young Loomis had picked out their favorite book to present to Mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and their Mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy. Loomis crowded around curiously. All of them wanted to see this new book. I want to have it up. What the frick? Let me check something real quick. Let me see how fast Izzy is reading this here.
It was a beautiful day.
Go back a bit. See if I can go back a bit and read the Never mind, I'll do it later. It seemed like it wasn't going, Thank you. I'll cover you from me on the stars. The mother stars stared for a while at the new creation of what's been her home. Marno special wanted back saved to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than a time she was able to spend in the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before touring gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life and cosmos. The Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as her mother, as if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor, the obvious force. The observatory burst out into the brilliant cosmos, and the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. To move on. Tears flooded her eyes. Why did it have to end? It was a burning egg filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Lumos see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She bolted the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling and letting the tears fall down her face. Crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore. Remember why she was so upset. A great load felt like it had been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up and went to the master bath and turned the faucet on warm. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. Breathing. I'm halfway through it, so I'm gonna take a long breathing break. One night evening, the Lumos gathered around for a bedtime story in the library. Several young Lumos had picked out their favorite book to present to Mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and their Mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy. Lumos crowded around curiously. All of them wanted to see this new book. I have a new story for you all tonight, announced the mother. This is the story of the Grand Stars. The little Lumos, who had the book already picked out, set it down and sat on the floor on the Mama's feet. Why me? Thank you. I'll show you from me on the stars. Mother just stared for a while at the new creation that once been her home. Lion a special one and made back saved to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before touring gracefully from it. Her work was done. To move on to her own life and cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. And the smile, none of them talked. We glided in her path, no just empty and distant as their mama. It was as if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. The shiny mirroring blue light gift. That was me. This is frigging bullcrap. Thank you. I'll cover you from me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while at the new creation, then what's been her home. Marna special one made back saved to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before touring gracefully from it. Work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind her mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided freely in her path, feeling just as empty as distant as her mama. I screwed up some time back. I'm gonna slow down more. Because screw it, I know you guys are tired of this as well. I know you guys are probably tired of this, and God knows I am, like, Thank you. I'll watch over you me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while at the new creation that went from her home. Martin special one back saved to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. She took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. So move on to her own life in the cosmos. Lumos followed behind their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as their mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor, the obvious force. The observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over. It's done. To move on. She slowed her rise. Why did it have to end? Burning egg filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Lumos see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. Pulled the curtain shut and sat down on bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling and letting the tears fall down her face. Crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore, or remember why she was so upset. A great load felt like it had been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up, went to the master bath, and turned the faucet on warm. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. Later that evening, Lumos gathered around for a bedtime story in the library. Several young Lumos had picked out their favorite book to present to Mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and Mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy. Lumos crowded around curiously. All of them wanted to see this new book. I have a new story for you all tonight, announced the mother. This is the story of the Grand Stars. Little Lumos, who had already picked out, stepped it down and sat on the... Thank you. I'll show you from me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while at the new creation once been her home. Marna's special one made back saved to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She could ask for nothing Thank you, I'll watch review me on the stars. Most stars stared for a while, the new creation of the month for her home. Mario especially wanted me back safe with her kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend on the red suit man. Took as much as the delicate blue planet for turning gracefully from it. Work was done. To move on to her own life, the cosmos. Almost fell behind her mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just as empty and distant as her mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drove back to the observatory floor. The obvious force, the observatory burst out into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over, Rosalina thought. It's done. It's time to move on. She slid her rise. Why did it have to end? Burning egg filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off to the bedroom. She couldn't let the Loomis see her cry. Outside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing no air to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, tremblingly, and the tears fall down her face. The crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore, or remember why she was so upset. Her great load felt like it had been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up, went to the master bath, and turned the faucet on warm. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. Swallowing and breathing. I have freaking saliva everywhere, breathing. Also, I don't care, it's been half an hour now, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with some of the rules intact, and some of them, like the breathing, once I get halfway, I'm gonna take a long breathing break, because this has been 45 minutes now, so I'm gonna do that, okay? I promise I won't do it anywhere else. Also, if it sounds like I'm stumbling at some points, that's just my matter of speaking, and whenever I'm reading, at least. So yeah. Like, right now I'm speaking fine, but anytime I read something, it sounds like I'm sort of stuttering, so I apologize if it sounds like that, but anyway. Later that evening, the Loomis gathered around for a bedtime story in the library. Several young Loomis had picked out their favorite to present to Mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and their Mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy. Loomis crowded around curiously. All of them wanted to see this new book. I have a new story for you all tonight, announced her mother. This is the story of the Grand Stars. Little Loomis, who had a book already picked out, set it down and sat on the floor at Mama's feet. They had already heard the Star Bunny's picnic several times, and wanted to listen to their Mama's written book instead. The story had been written by Rosalina a long time ago. She had kept it in her bedroom ever since then, even though it belonged to the shelves in the library. Rosalina had forgotten about the book until now. The Grand Stars were returned secretly to the observatory, and it felt like the right time to share the story with Loomis. Once Charged Moon softened down as she read her story. Mother Stars read with such a gentle and monotone voice. I hate my life. I was 3/4 of the way there. Thank you, I'll review for me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while, the new creation that once been her home. Mario especially wanted me back to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend with the red suit man. Took as much as the delicate blue planet before turning gracefully from it. Where was it? Still move on to her own life in the cosmos. Rosalina fell behind her mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in paths, feeling just as empty and distant as her mama. As if none of them had happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drove back to the observatory floor. The obvious force, the observatory burst into the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over. It's done. It's time to move on. She slowed her wrist. Why did it have to end? Burning egg filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards the bedroom. She couldn't let the Loomis see her cry. As in her doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing nowhere to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark. Trembling, tears fell down her face. The crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore, or remember why she was so upset. Her great load felt like it had been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up and went to the master bath and turned her faucet on warm. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. Saliva develops so easily on my tongue whenever I'm, reading. Which probably leads to the weirdness that when it sounds like I'm stuttering, it's just the saliva being really stupid. Later that evening, the Loomis gathered around for a bedtime story in the library. Several young Loomis had picked out their favorite book to present to the mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and their mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy, and Loomis crowded around curiously. All of them want to see this new book. I have a new story for you all tonight, announced the mother. This is the story of the Grand Stars. Little Loomis, who had already picked out a book, Super Mario Galaxy! That wasn't even close to my legit impression. Because I don't care right now. I'm sick of this. Izzy, why? Thank you. I'll show you from me on the source. The mother starts scared for a while, the new creation of what's been her home. Mario especially wanted me back to their kingdom. That was really stupid. Thank you. I'll show you from me on the stars. The mother of the stars scared for a while, the new creation of what's been her home. Martin, a special one made back to the Desert Kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she's able to spend the Red Student Man. She took as much as the devil before I spitting everywhere! I don't give a crap if it's frigging stupid of me. I'm doing this, and you guys better enjoy it. Okay, no, I'm not gonna make you enjoy it, but I hope you guys enjoy this, because this is making me sick. Thank you, watch over you for me on the stars. Mother of the stars stared for all the new creation that once been her home. Martin, a special one, and made back to their kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend the Red Student Man. She took as much as the devil before I... Why is this happening? What the frick, man? I don't even understand why this is happening. Thank you, I will watch over you and me all the stars. Mother star stared for all the new creation that must be her home. Martin, a special one, made back to the kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for nothing better than the time she was able to spend the Red Student Man. She took as much as the delicate before turning gracefully from it. Her work was done. It's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Luma saw behind her mama. They didn't smile. None of them talked. They glided in her path, and just empty as their mama. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina drifted back to the observatory floor. The obvious force, the observatory burst down the brilliant cosmos, leaving the Mushroom Kingdom far behind. That's it, the journey's over with, I thought. It's done. It's time to move on. She was solidarized. Why did it have to end? Burning egg filled rolls in her chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards the bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. Inside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up. Of course, there's nowhere to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down on her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She finally took a shaky deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling, letting her tears fall down her face. Crying stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore, or remember why she was so upset. The great look felt like been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up, went to the master bath, and turned the faucet over warm. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. Later that evening, the Lumas gathered around for a bedtime story in the library. Several young Lumas had picked out their favorite book to present to Mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and their Mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy. Lumas crowded around curiously. All of them want to see this new book. I have a new story for you all tonight, announced Mother. This is the story of the Grand Stars. The little Lumas, who already had a book picked out, set it down and sat down on the floor at Mama's feet. They'd already heard the Star Bronies picnic several times and wanted to listen to their Mama's red book instead. The story had been written by Rosalina a long time ago. She kept it in her bedroom ever since then, even though it belonged to the shelf in the library. Rosalina had forgotten about the book until now. The Grand Stars were returned safe to the observatory, and it felt like the right time to share the story with Lumas. The once charged mood softened down as she read her story. One of the stars read with such a gentle and monotone voice that it was calming to the Lumas. When the story was over, Rosalina shut the book quietly. She looked up at her little stars and felt love so strong that she couldn't explain. She wanted them to know how much she loved them immensely, and that she had no idea how to show it. There was deep silence before the mother got up. Soon after, she did something that she haven't done in a long time. She reached out toward a cream-tinged Luma and wrapped the star tightly in her arms. The other Lumas gathered around in a circle. One by one, she embraced the little teardrop-shaped stars in her arms. Each tender hug she gave seemed to spill her devotion to the stars. She loved them all equally. These Lumas meant everything to her. At long last, every Luma had been hugged, but no one dared to move. They were stuck in the moment. It was only until Rosalina finally walked towards the Luma's bedroom door in the back of the library that the Lumas finally proceeded. Rosalina bade them all good night as they drifted through the door. One Luma stayed behind the rest of the group. When Rosalina turned around, Luma rushed into her arms. Rosalina wrapped her arms around the yellow Luma. It was a long and gentle hug, which much more meaning to it. For a long time, the Luma listened to her mama, unwilling to let go. After some time, Luma had its share. She let go and faced her mama's gentle face. I love you, Mama. I love you too, said Rosalina quietly. There's nothing in the world that could break this bond between Rosalina and the little stars. They meant everything to her. In that moment, Rosalina... You guys don't know. There are only 8 words left! Ah! Thank you, I'll show you from the almost stars. The most stressed for all the new creation what's been her home, Mario, special one that said to the kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently, she asked nothing better than the time she had to spend the Red Student Man. Took as much as Alki before I before turning guys from it. Work is done. So move on to her own life in the cosmos. Almost followed behind their mother. They didn't smile. None of them talked. The glide in her path feeling just empty and distant as a mother. As if none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, throwing her wand. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina went back to the observatory floor. From the observatory first. Thank you all for viewing from the Element Stars. Mother Star stared for a while through the creation, though within her home. Wine a special one made back to the kingdom. Wilson smiled gently. She asked for nothing there, and I'm just able to spend the red suit man. Look as much as the dog could before I had before turning gracefully from it. Work was done. I move on to roll up the cosmos. Almost saw behind her mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. The glider in her path doing just enough needs in mama. As if none of it happened, Rosalina glided really sleeping her wand overly. Shimmering blue light gets from the one and the other roaring blue light. Rosalina has her observatory floor with all these parts of the observatory blessing and alien cosmos between the Western Kingdom far behind. I said the journeys of the world is thought it's done. It's time to move on. Tears followed her eyes. Why did it have to end? The burning egg filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. I said at the doorway she could feel her heart, her throat closing up, forcing nowhere to escape her lung. Closing. I don't care! Thank you all for viewing me on the stars. Mothers of stars too. Thank you all for viewing me on the stars. Mothers of stars too. For all the new creation, no one's been all Mario side when they said to the kingdom. Losing about the she asked for anything, man, I feel from the red suit man, shooting his friends with the land before turning gracefully from my organs. Now to move under rolling the cosmos, Luna fall beyond their mouth and smile on them, talk to the guy, and bad feeling just empty and just in their mouths, and none of it happened. Wasn't God fear sweeping out her on the bird laser, flaming blue light gushed from the one and enveloped this roaring blue light. Rosalina jumped back to the observatory floor. The obvious force of the observatory burst down the brilliant cosmos, leaving mushroom kingdom far behind. That said, the journey's over. Now that it's done, it's time to move on. Rosalina something in her eyes. Why have to end? Burning his soul, Rosalina's chest. Time. This story is supposed to be really heartfelt, which it is, but I don't even care, like, because this will be the end of me. Thank you, Lord, for viewing me on the stars. Mother Stars care for all the new creation that must be her home. Mario, especially when they back to the kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. She asked for something better than I was able to spend the red suit man. As much as that dog could before him for turning gracefully from it. Work was done. To move on to her own life in the cosmos. The ones fell behind their mama. They didn't smile. None of them talk. The glider in her path only just empties them, but just didn't go on. It was as if none of it happened. Holding her light freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina entered back to the observatory floor. The always forced the observatory burst down the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over. It's done. It's time to move on. Just let it rise. Why did it have to end? Burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards her bedroom. She couldn't let the Luma see her cry. As for the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing nowhere to escape her lungs. She pulled the curtain shut and sat down in her bed. Once in the safety of her room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She took a... I need to go cry for a while. It's been an hour since I started doing this. It's been an hour that I've been reading the same 1-page long short story that... Never mind. Thank you all for viewing me on the stars. The Mother Star stared for all the new creation that must be her home. Mario, a special one that they backside of the kingdom. Also, flagelling that's something that that's built on the rich match doing by the dog before returning cases from her work is done. Time to move on to roll up the cosmos. Almost told me on their mother doesn't smell none. Talk to the guy in her bathroom. It's empty and distant mama. So none of it happened. I was going to die swinging her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light from the one and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina back to the observatory floor, but obvious force the observatory burst down the alien cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. For me. Tell the kids! Stop! Thank you all, Trevor, you from me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while, the new creation that had once been their home. Mario in the special way made that serve to the kingdom. Wasn't smile jelly. Definitely better on the time she was spending the red suit man. Showed as much as the dog could blue fire for turning gracefully from it. Her work is done. It's time to go under all lights and cosmos. Luma saw beyond their mama. They didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided through their path, feeling just as empty as soon as the mama. As if none of it had happened. Rosalina glided freely, swinging her wand upwardly. The shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. I don't care if I screwed up there. I have to do it all over again. Thank you all for viewing me on the stars. Mother Star stared for a while. The new creation almost been her home. Mario, a special one made back to the kingdom. Rosalina smiled gently. That's nothing better than the time to spend the red suit man. She took in as much as the after blue planet before turning gracefully from it. First down, it's time to move on to her own life in the cosmos. Luna fell behind her mouth. Didn't smile, none of them talked. They glided in her path, feeling just empty and her mouth. So none of it happened. Rosalina glided freely, sweeping her wand upwardly. Shimmering blue light gushed from the wand and enveloped the observatory in blue light. Rosalina back to the observatory floor. The obvious force of the observatory burst down the brilliant cosmos, leaving the mushroom kingdom far behind. That's it. The journey's over. Rosalina. It's done. It's time to move on. Tears are full at her eyes. Why at the end? Burning ache filled Rosalina's chest. She covered her face and hurried off towards the bedroom. She couldn't let Luna see her cry. Inside the doorway, she could feel her throat closing up, forcing her rest to escape alone. She could feel the curtains shut and sat down on her bed. Once inside the room, she buried her face in her hands. Hot tears soaked her face. No, it can't be over. She took a shaky, deep breath, taking the pressure from her lungs. Why did it have to end? For a while, Rosalina sat in the dark, trembling and letting the tears fall down her face. The running stopped. She didn't feel sad anymore. Remember why she was so upset. Great little feeling had been taken off her shoulders. Rosalina got up, went into the master bath, and turned and felt warm. Smiled at the reflection in the mirror. A deep contentment spread through her body. I don't care if it sounded like I screwed some parts up there. I don't even care anymore. All I heard me doing that right. I don't know what you heard, but this is This is how I'm doing it, okay? This is my way. I don't care if... Never mind. That evening, the Loomis gathered around for a bedtime story in the library. Several young Loomis had picked out their favorite to present to Mama when she arrived. There was a strong mood set in the room. Finally, the door opened and their Mama stepped in, carrying a thin red book into the room with a broad smile on her face. She looked very happy. The Loomis crowded around curiously. All of them wanted to see this new book. I have a story for you all tonight, and that's the mother. This is the story of the Grand Stars. The Loomis had a book already picked out, set it down, and sat down on the floor at Mama's feet. They already heard the Star Bunny's picnic several times and wanted to listen to their Mama's red book instead. The story had been written by Rosalina a long time ago. She had kept it in her bedroom ever since then, even though it belonged on the shelves in the library. Rosalina had forgotten about the book up until now. Grand Stars were returned to the observatory, and it felt like the right time to share the story with Loomis. When once Charged mood softened down as she read her story. The mother of the stars read with such a gentle and monotone voice that it was calming to the Loomis. When the story was over, Rosalina shut the book quietly. She looked up at all her little stars and felt a love so strong to them that she couldn't explain. She wanted them to know how much she loved them immensely, that she had no idea how to show it. There was a deep silence before the mother got up. Soon after, she did something that she hadn't done in a very long time. She reached out toward a cream-tinged Luma and wrapped her tightly in her arms. Luma gathered around in her circle. One by one, she embraced the little teardrop stars in her arms. Each tender hug she gave seemed to spill her devotion to the stars. She loved them all equally. These Lumas meant everything to her. A very long last Lumas had been hugged, but no one dared move. They were stuck in the moment. It was only until Rosalina finally walked toward Luma's bedroom door in the back of the library that the Lumas finally proceeded. Rosalina bade them all good night. They drifted through the door, but one Luma stayed behind the rest of the group. When Rosalina turned around, Luma rushed into her arms. Rosalina wrapped her arms around the yellow Luma. It was a long and gentle hug. There was much more meaning to it. For a long time, Luma nestled into her mama, unwilling to let go. After some time, the Luma had its share. She let go and faced her mama's gentle face. I love you, Mama. I love you, said Rosalina. John, there's nothing in the world that could break this bonding. Rosalina and the little stars. They meant everything to her. That moment, Rosalina finally knew that, and she meant every word of it. Okay, in short, this is the story. End of Mario Galaxy happens. Rosalina has a fit because she doesn't want the journey to end. Then she gets a book that she had a long time ago, reads it to the Lumas, goes to the bedroom and tucks them in bed, and then a Luma hugs her and she hugs it back, and it's a tender moment. The end! Ah! Izzy, one way or another, I'm going to get you back for this, Izzy. One way or another. It's my fault that it's probably my fault that I chose to do Tema rank, but shut up, I don't care. Also, if it sounded like in that last one, I screwed up at times, yeah, it might have sounded like that. Forget it, man. I'm done. I'm not doing that again, okay? It's been an hour. I've wasted an hour of my life. You've probably just wasted an hour of your life. So, frigging... just shut it, man. I'm tired of this! Alright, anyway, that was frigging Rosalina's goodbye. It was a good story, but gosh dang. Alright, this is Mario Sonic Gamer, and thank you for listening to this. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for being nice and putting up with my crap. Thank you for accepting the fact that I decided screw it and just read it in whatever. That was probably more so Hatate rank, but I don't give a crap, because I spend an hour on that. That's what I call Tema rank. Gosh dang it, that devotion. Anyway. And yes, Izzy, I will get you back to this. So, look forward to that, buddy! Bye, everybody. Bye.